Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.
Hello, I'm Lori Steiner. Welcome to Golden Opportunities.
The prescription for today will administer a remedy for proper medication adherence. Then we have the inside scoop on how to magically scoot through Disney. We are out with the old and in with the new with dental care. Plus, the fitness doctor is in. We'll work our way into shape with his natural training. And don't fall down the pit of Medicaid applications. We'll help you step by step to avoid the plunge.
It's time to get GOing, so pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities for our last show for a couple of months. As we reach our 20th year on the air, we're going to take a short hiatus for the summer to update and revamp the show. We'll be back better than ever in September. Stay tuned for more information at the end of our program. But for now, let's get on with the show. Doctor visit, check. Pharmacy pickup, check. Take medicine, not so easy. Studies show that nearly 3 out of 4 Americans report that they don't always take their medication as directed. Becky DeMarco, clinical pharmacist at Medical Mutual of Ohio, joins us today to improve our medication adherence. So, wow, medication adherence, it sounds so official. What does that mean?
Yes, medication adherence measures how well a patient takes their prescription as prescribed by their doctor. It is so important to take your prescriptions properly, knowing what time of day to take it, whether you take it on an empty stomach or with food, or even what to do if you've missed a dose. Unfortunately, people who do not take their prescriptions as directed cost our
medical system?
Yes, cost our healthcare system nearly $300 billion a year in additional healthcare costs.
Well, that's a lot of money. So
yes.
Now, I can imagine that sometimes not taking your medication as prescribed can have real serious consequences if it costs that much more.
Very serious consequences. You can miss out on life-saving benefits from your medication, a decreased quality of life, and even loss of protection against future illnesses. For instance, if you have high cholesterol and don't take your medication, that can result in a heart attack or stroke in your future.
Serious consequences, definitely.
Yes.
So, and is it true that maybe one of the reasons people don't take their prescriptions as ordered is they just forget?
That is true. We all forget to do things at time, but there are a lot of solutions to help with this common problem. Consider using a reminder device, even a smartphone app, or setting an alarm to help you to remember to take your prescriptions. There are so many options out there, so I suggest talking to your pharmacist to see which option is best for you. And while you're at the pharmacy, ask your pharmacist about signing you up for automatic refills. This will ensure that your prescription is filled on time every month. And be mindful of how many refills you have left on your prescription, and ask your pharmacy to contact your doctor before you run out of refills or your prescription expires.
Right, so that you can't take them. Could it be that some folks are afraid of side effects or drug interactions or something?
Absolutely. The long list of side effects can be scary, but make sure to write down all your questions and concerns. And at your next appointment or visit to the pharmacy, talk to your pharmacist or doctor about them. They'll be able to tell you exactly what to look out for and even give you steps to help you minimize those side effects.
That's good.
Yes, and if you're a Medical Mutual member, you do have access to a pharmacist that can help you answer all of those questions. You can contact those pharmacists by dialing the customer care number on your member ID card.
Makes it easy for you.
Yep.
So, any other reasons that some patients just don't take their medications like they should?
At times, some people stop taking their prescriptions because they're uncertain that it's working for them, but you should leave those decisions to your doctor. Only stop taking your prescriptions if you were directed to do so by your healthcare professional.
Okay. Sometimes I know nowadays, especially, the cost of the prescriptions can really be a surprise to some folks and really hit them in their pocket, right?
Absolutely, that can be, and cost is such a barrier, but there are steps that you can take to help you afford your prescriptions. First, call your pharmacy benefits provider and ask them about refilling your prescription as a 90-day supply. This can save you money and time as you're making fewer trips to the pharmacy every year. And also ask them about using a mail order pharmacy to fill your prescriptions, as it's so convenient they ship them directly to your home. Mm-hmm. Next, ask your pharmacist or doctor if your prescription is available as a generic. And lastly, you can contact the drug manufacturer to see if there's any patient assistance programs that can help you afford your medications.
Wow, great tips for our viewers today. Medication adherence is as important to becoming well as going to the doctor in the first place. Make sure you complete the process and take each medication correctly. But thanks to Becky for joining us today. Her information is next.
Learn more about Medical Mutual of Ohio by calling 1-844-606-5387 or visit medicalmutual.com/go. Next, a magical feeling. But first, in the 1930s, E.Y. Harburg and Jay Gorney teamed together to compose a song about a beggar talking back to the system, wondering what happened to his job. Al Jolson and Rudy Valley recorded their versions, but Bing Crosby broke the bank with his best-selling rendition. What was the name of this song that was viewed by many as the anthem of the Great Depression? Well, brother, we'll dole out the answer when we return.
At Cleveland Hearing and Speech Center, children and adults can receive comprehensive hearing evaluations, find the latest in quality hearing aid brands such as Phonak, and experience the exceptional care of our audiologists. Did you know hearing aids are now covered by some insurance plans? Cleveland Hearing and Speech Center accepts Anthem, CareSource, UAW, and some Medicare Advantage plans. For more information, call 216-231-8787 or visit chsc.org.
The song that was originally written for the Broadway musical Americana captured the confused feelings of the times, and it was the anthem of the Great Depression. Brother, can you spare a dime?
Have you visited the happiest place on earth? The Magic Kingdom is a wonderful place for families to vacation together, and we have some great insider tips on how to make it enjoyable for kids of all ages. Joining us today is Bob Collar, host of the Resort Loop podcast, to give us the inside scoop on getting around Disney parks. Now, before we get to Disney, tell us, what is a podcast?
Well, basically, a podcast is an internet radio show. So anything you might be interested in, RVing, camping, motorcycle riding, and even Disney, you can find on a podcast. It used to be you'd listen to them on your little iPods. Mm-hmm. Everybody has smartphones now and laptops, and you can listen to them in your car and all of that stuff. So we actually started a Disney podcast.
Why Disney?
Well, my co-host and I, Tim Scott, and I both love Disney an awful lot, and we work together and we talk about Disney all the time and get the eye roll from our co-workers that there they go talking about Disney again. And one day Tim says to me, hey, they've got these podcasts out there talking about Disney. I think we can do that. Okay. And so we started a podcast about 5 years ago, and we're now heard in 149 countries. Wow. And over 1.5 million downloads.
Let's get to that podcast.
All right,
so you've got tips for folks who might have trouble walking, right?
Absolutely. Disney is such a huge place, and if you're afraid, if you have some limited mobility issues, Disney takes care of you. So they rent ECVs, everybody knows them as scooters, at Walt Disney World. And the beauty of it is, if you, let's say you're going to the Magic Kingdom for the day, and you have limited, not full mobility issues, but limited mobility issues, and you want to go to Walt Disney World, so you go to Magic Kingdom, you pay one time for a rental fee, it's around $50, and you just get your scooter and you go around the park. And then in the evening, let's say you go back to you drop the scooter off at guest services, you go to your resort, and you're ready to go have dinner at Disney Springs. You take your receipt, you go to Disney Springs guest services, and you don't have to pay for another scooter. You just give them the receipt, and you can
for your whole trip?
Get another for your whole trip.
Excellent.
So, or for that day anyway.
Oh, okay.
For that day. Now they also have, if you have full mobility issues, they have scooters that they have specific providers for scooter rentals that they'll hook you up with, and you can rent the scooter for the whole time of your stay.
Okay.
So if you have problems getting back and forth to the buses and things like that,
they got you covered.
They got you covered, and the buses are great because they have plenty of room for scooters to be strapped down. You never have to get out of your scooter, which is great.
I was there last year, and that's absolutely true.
There you go.
Some grandparents might be taking their grandkids around, and they can't make it through the whole day, and they need some help. So is there someplace safe for the kids to go?
Parents can't even make it through the whole day most of the time. So, yeah, Disney's got some great kids clubs at 3 locations. At the Polynesian, they have Lilo's Playhouse. At the Beach Club, they have the Sandcastle Club, and at Animal Kingdom, they have Simba's Clubhouse. So kids age 3 to 12, you can drop them off there for a fee, and the kids can just have a great time. And they do such great work. These are certified child care providers, so Disney takes care of them, sometimes better than the parents are taking care of them or grandparents are taking care of them, because we get a lot of folks that say their kids never wanted to come out of the club. They were having so much fun. They even do fun things like pirate cruises every now and then, where they take them around Seven Seas Lagoon and have a good time with that.
Great tips for our viewers.
There you go.
If you've been contemplating traveling to Orlando, but you still have more questions, check out the Resort Loop podcast. The information is next.
To listen to the podcast and to score more Disney Inside tips, visit resortloop.com. Next, a modern grin. Looking for places to go, things to do? Welcome to our community calendar. Come on over to the Taste of Tremont, where your mouth will be watering. The event will showcase the best of Tremont's food, art, and entertainment with over 30 food vendors, the beer garden, and local retail shops. There is a taste for every palate. Join this neighborhood festival and see for yourself why this dining is top-notch. To grill out the details, visit tasteoftremont.com.
This week, we'll see the sky light up with fireworks. Wouldn't it be great for our smile if it could be just as bright? As we start the Independence Day celebration, Dennis Steve March joins us to help put a sparkle in our smile, right?
Thanks, Lori. It's great.
So are there actual toothpaste that can help us have a shiny teeth?
Well, you can get shiny. You can't always get white. So a lot of the way the toothpaste generally work is they actually destain the teeth. So it's very effective. Some of them are a little more abrasive than others. In our office, we recommend an Arm & Hammer product for no other reason but because baking soda is a salt, it kills bacteria. It also has peroxide. There are some whitening possibilities with peroxide, but I'm very big on a baking soda peroxide toothpaste.
Okay, and you mentioned it doesn't help that much, the toothpaste. With the whitening part, you've got something that really works for whitening too.
Yeah, we do. And so in our office we use Zoom, and the patients will we put a gel on the patient's teeth. It takes about an hour and a half. It really gives it a start. It's beautiful. These are the glasses that we have the patients wear. They can watch TV while they're in the chair. It works very well. The other thing that helps a lot, Lori, is a toothbrush. And so I've actually, in my own life, we've transferred to an ultrasonic toothbrush. You can hear it, you can put it on different settings. But you talked about shining the teeth. It really gives the teeth a shine. It's also good for people, I know you had problems with your elbow recently, so, and people with arthritis as we get older. The electric toothbrush, you can use it very easily. It does the work. You just put it into the different segments. And we find that people who've had problems, the combination of a baking soda toothpaste with an ultrasonic brush will really make their teeth shine. It's also very healthy for the tissues as well. So it's a win-win.
You've got some examples of how you made your patient's teeth sparkle, right?
Right, and sometimes we used a combination of whitening and sometimes veneers and crowns, and I think the pictures will tell the story. So this is a patient who came to me, and it's interesting. He was an 18-year-old person. We saw him when he was younger, and he was born with a tooth missing. He also had some teeth that were misshapen. Not everybody has teeth come in exactly perfectly. So the orthodontist pushed the teeth to where I thought they should be set up, and then we did a combination of porcelain veneers and we did a porcelain bridge. He was not an implant candidate. Implants you hear a lot about, they're not the panacea they're made out to be. So this combination gave him a beautiful white smile in the uppers, and as he gets older, we'll do the same thing on the lowers. And this is actually a woman who's a good friend of ours, and we would sit across the table and she said, you know, one of these days I'm going to get my teeth done. It was summertime, she had some time, and we did all porcelain veneers in her upper teeth, and you can see, Lori, we did that, gave her a beautiful smile. On the lower, we tried some whitening. It did fairly well. So that's our friend. And lastly, a woman whose teeth had separated. She was a golden opportunity viewer, loved the show, and finally she said she had enough courage to pick up the phone. She came in. We did those with porcelain veneers, very spiritual woman, and she said it really changed her life in the way she presented to people.
That's great. You helped a lot of patients.
Well, you know, Lori, so this is the 20th year, my 20th year with the show. I look forward to working with you in the future, in September, I think you mentioned. I can't tell you how many people come up to me and say, we thank you for the show. I tape it when I'm not at home. I try to watch it every week. There's no show that gives the information that the people on the show do, and especially in dentistry as well. So it's been gratifying for me, and I look forward to the fall.
All right. Don't let your smile fizzle any longer. It's time to ignite an explosive reaction when you walk into a room. Give Steve a call. His number's next.
See what Dr. Stephen Marsh can do for your smile by calling 440-461-1003 or visit clevelandsmiles.com. Next, getting a jump on life. It's time to get up and go. An exercise segment on golden opportunities.
Hey everybody, it's Mike Carbon from Breakout Fitness, and we're here today to show you how to do a donkey kick. This is an excellent exercise. It's not only going to work and strengthen that lower back area, but also it's going to build the glutes. You ready?
I need this.
Let's do it. All right, we're going to start on all fours. Here in the studio, we have our exercise mats. You at home, go ahead and grab a spot on the floor. We want our hands to be shoulder width apart. Our knees should be about the same. What we're looking for here is we're going to bring our knees straight in, and then we're going to try to keep a 90-degree bend as we bring it straight up and out. Perfect, okay? So we're going to bring it in and then up and out. We want 12 to 15 repetitions. Let's go ahead, we can switch and try the other side. In and out. All right, how you feeling, Lori?
Really good.
Looks good. All right, Lori's doing a slightly easier version of this.
I need a slightly easier version
There you go. Those beginners at home, this is a way that you can build that muscle and still strengthen the same area, okay? 12 to 15, 2 to 3 times a week. And now it's your turn to get up and go.
For your copy of the exercise booklet, send $1 for postage to Golden Opportunities, 6105 Parkland Boulevard, Suite 140, Mayfield Heights, Ohio, 44124.
No matter your age, you need to eat healthy and exercise, but sticking with it can be a challenge. The best plan of action would be to have an individualized program. Dr. Frederick Peters, founder and CEO of The Fitness Doctor, joins us today to motivate and inspire us to be the best we can be.
Thank you.
So you merge science and exercise, right? How does that work?
Right, so as you would imagine, personal training is important for people that want to get in better physical condition. The problem is nearly 50% of trainers aren't actually certified or degreed whatsoever. And so I actually have a PhD in the field of exercise physiology, and my goal is to bring a medical, scientific approach to exercise so that it's done correctly.
Okay, and what is a personalized approach for each of your clients?
So what I go through is a number of parameters, including EKG, spirometry, a whole host of measurements. I also look at medical history issues, relevant medical surgeries, to really create their personalized plan, because a lot of folks require that sort of specific attention, especially if they have chronic illnesses.
Okay, so what's your goal? Get them off of their meds and get them really healthy?
That's one of the goals for sure. I mean, weight loss is up there with the rest of those, but medications have lots of side effects. One of my primary goals is to make sure the patient sees good progress, and along with that sees a reduction in medications, because if they lose weight and their blood pressure goes down, you don't need those meds and you avoid those side effects. So that's a primary goal.
All right. And you've got some advice on cancer prevention too.
Right, so as far as cancer is concerned, it's a very horrible disease. 95% of cancer is actually possibly preventable, with only 5% being hereditary. So as far as that 95% is concerned, roughly half of that could be modified through behavior, diet, exercise, getting more active. The other half through screening. My side of things is through exercise and diet. So what I look to do is increase people's activity level, get them eating healthier, nutritious foods that don't have, GMOs and aren't processed, and that really helps to abate and reduce your cancer risk, as well as prevent reoccurrence.
Okay, so don't get it in the first place, but if you do, get rid of it and keep it gone.
Keep it gone, exactly.
And you've got a story about a senior that you got back into good shape?
Yeah, so I have plenty of, seniors that I have as clients and patients. One in particular, she is just turning 80 this year.
Wow.
And she's seen a great reduction in her weight, improved range of motion. One of her big things was the ability to carry her trash bags from her home to her curb lawn, and she has a very long driveway. And she's able to carry those trash bags. She's very excited about that. So I really feel good when that happens, because it helps improve quality of life in those individuals, and her especially, she saw a lot of good progress.
So was one of your fitness activities carrying trash bags around?
No, but we have her lifting some heavy weights and some core work, and you'd be surprised, even if you're starting off at a very small level of endurance or ability, how quickly that progress does occur. And so when I see the transition, it makes it all worth it.
How long does it usually take to really see those benefits?
Well, it depends on your goal. So if weight loss is a goal of yours, roughly 1 to 2 pounds per week is the average weight loss reduction. Anything larger than that, I call it the biggest loser effect. You're likely to gain that back within a year. But as far as strength gains, that usually occurs over time. Usually about 6 months is the average patient in my facility. And so for progress and results, it's pretty quick, actually.
Yeah, 6 months out of your life
Right.
to really make it better and to avoid potential diseases is nothing.
Yeah, and to modify your life in a way that provides a lifetime of improvement, and you take that with you going forward, it's really immeasurable.
All right. Yeah. Fantastic advice.
Thank you.
Jump to it, everybody. Make sure to feel your best at any age. My thanks to Frederick for joining us today. If you have questions, use the information that's coming up next to give the fitness doctor a call.
Find out more by calling the Fitness Doctor at 440-447-0347 or log on to thefitnessdoctors.com. Next, completing with caution.
Mark, did you know that taking your Social Security benefits at the wrong time could cost you as much as 57%?
That's true, Jim. Success in claiming your Social Security benefits depends on having the right strategies in place. For example, it's important to understand how you may be able to maximize your Social Security benefits under the new tax law, learn how married couples may be missing out on substantial benefits, and avoid unnecessary taxes on your Social Security benefits.
Mark and I will cover all these strategies and many more at our complimentary class. Lineweaver Financial Group has been helping Northeast Ohio families to maximize their Social Security benefits for 25 years. We look forward to seeing you the evening of either Tuesday, July 24th or Thursday, July 26th at 6:30 p.m. We're going to host this at the Brecksville Community Center. Seating is limited, so call today.
Did you miss a phone number or website? Then here's your second chance, because we're going to list all of that information again. Then we'll be back with Medicaid application pitfalls. We've talked about the Medicaid program on the show before. It's the main government benefit available to help pay for long-term nursing home stays, which can be as high as even $10,000 a month. People can't pay otherwise for the needed care. There's many pitfalls to avoid when you're applying for benefits. My partner, Mike Solomon, is here to discuss some of those. So we know the rules for Medicaid are very harsh. First, what about the house? What if all you have left is your house and you just can't get it sold, but you need to be in the nursing home and you need Medicaid?
Okay, remember basically if the married couple, the spouse not in the facility can keep the house, so that's protected. But once you're a single person, if that's the only asset you have, for example, and you own a home, under the new rules, unless you file a letter with Medicaid saying that you intend an attorney to the home, so if you're going to a facility that you intend an attorney to it, that house will be a countable asset, which means you won't be eligible for Medicaid. So you have to fill out that form and file it. And then if you keep the home and then eventually pass away, Medicaid gets to recover all the money they spent on you from the proceeds of the house sale. So you want to look at that very carefully and think about possibly selling the home. And then you have to do some planning so you don't lose all the money, because you'll lose if you have cash now. You're not eligible.
Benefits anyway, right?
Right. So you have to sit down with somebody, a certified elder law attorney, and do the right planning. So to sell the home and plan to somehow protect some of the proceeds, rather than just keep it until you pass away and you know you're going to lose it.
Okay. And how about having a family member help you do the application, sign you in, and file the application for you?
Well, a lot of people do that. So, for example, the Medicaid application is a complicated form, and so many times a child or a spouse will fill out the paperwork, and you have to file something if you're going to deal with Medicaid. You have to file a piece of paper that's an authorized representative to represent that person before Medicaid. A lot of times the nursing homes want to do that themselves, and they'll get themselves as the authorized person, but then no one else can talk to Medicaid people. So you have to think about that carefully. Do you want to just basically turn over all your authority for them to deal with Medicaid? So that's one issue. The other issue, a lot of people, when let's say a parent or a spouse goes into a facility, the long-term care facility shoves across the table like, all these papers for you to sign. First of all, you should always read the documents, make sure you understand them. But if you sign, you've got to make sure you're not signing and taking on personal financial responsibility, especially if you're a child. If you take on personal financial ability, number one, you're liable for the Medicaid, for the nursing home bills, which can be large. And number two, you may make it impossible to qualify for Medicaid because you've guaranteed all the debt. So you got to be very careful when you do that sort of stuff.
Yeah, the whole application process sounds very complicated.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so Medicaid ain't easy. And this is only a sampling of the pitfalls with the program. Most of them really need to be planned for, so you need to see a certified elder law attorney for help with Medicaid. For more information, call Mike. The number's next.
Call Solomon, Steiner, and Peck at 1-888-236-5173 for more information or to schedule a speaker for your organization. Or log on to www.ssnplaw.com.
Thanks for joining us. We're excited to be celebrating our 20th year on the air. As we take our hiatus this summer, we'll be planning a revamped show with great new information to ring in our exciting 21st year. Please join us then. For updates on a return date or information about the show, please call the Kitchen Conversation line and leave us your email address or street address so we can keep you posted. Or you can feel free to email me at lsteiner@ssnplaw.com or call my office at 216-765-0123. Like us on Facebook for updated posts, and don't forget to check out our past shows on YouTube on the Golden Opportunities channel. We're going to miss you, and we can't wait to be back. See you in September. But until then, please remember to make the most of your golden opportunities.
If you'd like to join our kitchen conversation, visit our website, www.goldenopportunities.tv. Like us on Facebook. Call us at 440-742-GO-TV or email us at kitchen@goldenopportunities.tv. We'd love to hear from you.
Golden Opportunities is paid for by Elder Productions.